lived through that era that they called the Civil Rights Movement, and during that era you were unable to go to dominant culture schools, so where did you go to school?
Well, I went to Pineview, the first school I went to, and then from there to the Varner School over here in the Varnertown community. I went there, and that was the only two schools that I went to.
Now, you went to those two schools. Were those both Indian schools?
Yes. Yes, they were. Mm-hmm.
So your whole class was Indian?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And did you know all the kids in the schools that you went to?
Yes, I did. I know. Yes.
Were they related to you?
Yes, most of them were. Yes.
So most of the people in the schools that you went to were kinfolk to you and Indian
Right.
people.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Did you have a non-Indian teacher or an Indian teacher?
She was white. Mm-hmm.
Now, why weren't you able to go to the white schools?
Because they said I was Indian and they called me a brass ankle.
And what is that name?
The name they called me? Brass ankle.
Now, that's not a name that you refer to yourself as.
No, I didn't like that name. I didn't appreciate that at all. Me and Henry and his other brothers was going to the school over here. We had to walk all the way from up the state road from where my grandmother lived at, because we lived with her at the time we were going to the school here. And we'd be walking. It was cold, too. We didn't hardly have no decent shoes to wear or anything like that. And the school bus would pass us and call us all kind of names. Name it, boy, they called us. You Indian, you the N-word, you brass ankles and all like that. Boy, that hurt. That hurt. We got so sick and tired of hearing it every time these school buses would pass with the children on. We had a shortcut through the woods that we would take to get to my grandmother's where she lived at, to keep from hearing it. And that was during the time that we were going to school over here. That's how we were treated.
There's my kids?
Mm-hmm. Your children, yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, what is special about being a Varnertown Indian?
I'm proud of it. I'm proud to be an Indian. I love it. That's what I love about it.
What recently happened for the Varnertown Indians in the state of South Carolina, and how did that change your outlook on being accepted in your own state, as an indigenous person?
Yeah.
Yeah, we achieved recognition.
Well, yeah, that's what we achieved as a Native Americans, you're right.
It was very important.
It was very important.
Finally, South Carolina stated that we were Native American Indian.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
So that's very, very important.
After how many years had you been waiting for someone to call you by your real name?
Many years.
Many years.
Many years.
They didn't want nothing to do with the Indians. They didn't want nothing to do with it.
That they didn't want to list us as Indians.
They didn't want to list us as Indians.
Why
There wasn't nothing.
Why do you think that?
I guess that's the way they think back at that time. That we, I don't know.
Could be land claim issues.
Land claim issues and all like that.
To admit that there were that many Indians living in one area.
That's right. That's probably why.
They were thinking about land claim issues.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the future of Varnertown Indian community?
What I
bright?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, right.
Definitely looks
Yeah.